They're talking about what size, what weight do you want, how long do you want the bones to be. There's just so many options compared to here. So hopefully one day we get to that same sort of level.
Hey folks, Ben from Smoking Hot Confessions here at Meat down in Horsham, and with me I've got the current #1 leading team captain here, Michael from Butcher's Axe. Man, how you going?
Good, mate. Good. Might not be leading after this weekend. We'll see what happens.
I don't know, you're looking pretty good so far.
There's a few good teams here. Well, we've got 2 teams that can jump us, and there's a couple competing in Brisbane as well, I think, this weekend. So, yeah, it's a big weekend for the ABA.
So what's your strategy coming into it then?
Just don't change. Just keep doing what we do. We've got a little bit of a rhythm going, timing, just have a bit of fun and see how it goes.
So is it fair to say then that this is probably the most important weekend of the year for you then?
Kind of, maybe a little bit. In terms of the results for the ABA, it could be. This could be the deciding weekend, but not really. We've got another few comps coming up and we'll see what happens.
Fair enough, yeah. But with them calculating how many teams you beat this year, it's kind of puts the focus on the bigger comps when you're at the pointy end of the ladder.
It does, and that's the new ABA leaderboard format and how it works. So first place also help for category wins, and with you in Hobart, we won a few first. So remember when you were doing the results, that was a good weekend away. The weather was a bit better than this. But yeah, it does. It's the bigger comps help. So this one's 50 odd teams, I think. So I think our meat stock win was 49 teams potentially. So there's a few big comps out there and the Invitational will be big. So there's a few.
Oh, of course, the Invitational. I don't know why I didn't register that. Yeah. So you've had some big things happening for the team. Tell us about the new rub.
So actually we just announced last week that our lamb rub's being released in a week's time. The name's come out, so it's a lamb and game rub. It's the one we use at comp. We've got a few bits and pieces here for people to try with samplers, but waiting for the labels to get printed. But yeah, and our orders have gone through the roof. So we've made up a fair big batch. We've gone through a distributor, and yeah, it's all selling pretty fast. So we're happy.
That's good news, man. Yeah. So good. Yeah. So good. So we've talked about the Invitational and sort of what's coming up in the rest of the year. What else you got going on?
So next weekend, I'm going off with the Heat Beads All-Stars to the American Royal, personally.
Yes, so that's going to be so good.
So good. So we're really looking forward to that. So Sash is also coming. Unfortunately, the other boys who competed on the day couldn't make it, but we're going with Boomer, Luke Nagel from Callie's Meats, and Ross Walker as well is tagging along to clean the dishes. So we're looking forward to a good comp up there.
Oh, I'm jealous. Yeah. It's going to be so good.
Yeah, the 2 weeks. We're doing a 2-week trip beforehand, which will be just as fun, I think.
Oh, so, fantastic. Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah, so really excited.
So are you packing up all your own meats and taking all them across?
We're just taking some briskets. So the ones that we use here, the Share Wagyu ones. So we thought most of the other stuff you can get over there, their pork's pretty impressive. And you can't really import all that kind of stuff anyway. So we're taking our own briskets, but apart from that, we'll get it all there. We've got a few mates over there hooking us up with some supplies, so it should be good.
Yeah, cool, yeah. The pork ribs are massive over there compared to what we get here.
Yeah, and straight bones. I think the pigs are just bigger. And they're talking about what size, what weight do you want, how long do you want the bones to be. There's just so many options compared to here. So hopefully one day we get to that same sort of level. Yeah,
well, I was talking to someone when I was last over there. Apparently the average slaughter weight for the pigs now is 300 pounds. So they're literally twice the size of the pigs that we're processing here.
Yeah, and that's what our butcher was saying is like the bigger they get, the bigger and the straighter the bones become, because when they're younger, they still sort of curve around the body. So especially down at the spare rib side. So yeah, I mean, it'd be incredible. Our butcher has a few little tricks that he does around salami season when there's some big pigs for the salamis. But apart from that, the rest of the year, it's kind of those smaller pigs you have to work with.
So how do you think that'll change your cook when you get over there?
Well, I heard that they have pre-brined or pre-injected ribs over there with already, I guess, phosphates and things. They call them the extra tender, which we don't have here. And that's actually...
Interesting.
Yeah, it's actually legal to bring that in. It's not like pre-brining yourself, as long as it's already vac sealed. So I've heard that can make a big difference to the cook. But we actually haven't even really spoken about the strategy of the cook yet. We're just looking to go over and have a bit of fun. There's 600 teams, 500 teams, as if, it doesn't really matter. You just go and have a good time. So...
Yeah. Once in a lifetime opportunity.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So hopefully have a good cook, have a bit of fun, meet some new people. Met some guys here last night that know a team that's set up right next to us that I didn't even know. So it's such a small world, the barbecue community.
What are the odds of that?
So, yeah, so small. And then we've got our mates, the Texas Wizards, helping us up there. So they're driving their pit up from Houston up to Kansas, and they're going to come cook with us. Oh, wow. And then also the Gateway, Tim and Terry Shear have hooked us up with some gateways and some equipment, and so it's just it's a great community. It's really nice to be part of.
Yeah, it sounds like they're all rallying behind you to help you out.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Like, you know, if some people forgot some meat this weekend, we've hooked them up. You know, other people forgotten wood, you hook them up. It's just kind of it's a really nice community. It's a good way to be.
Yeah. And I understand that you've started doing classes now, and they've been a huge hit as well. Like you just keep knocking it out of the park.
We've got to thank Luke from Kelly's Meats for those. So we had a class with the All Stars, which was a big bunch of us, and then the opportunity arose for us to do it just as Butcher's Axe. And that was good. We had a sellout crowd of 30, couldn't fit any more in the back there. And,
wow.
We had a few guys helping us. We had Hannibal Injectors that are over there. They came and gave us a hand. Scott from Big Smoke Barbecue came and showed off a few of his Kirby and Spence rubs. And yeah, it was an awesome day. It was intense. It was a long, full-on day, but everyone had a good time.
So good, man. Yeah. So good. Look, I wish you the best of luck for this weekend. As I said, you just keep hitting it out of the park again and again and again. So I'm sure I'm going to be calling out your name up there tomorrow afternoon.
We just want one trophy, just only one trophy. If it's a third place or a first place, we don't care. Just we come to comps to get one trophy. So fingers crossed we can do that this weekend.
What are you going to do if it's the big one? Because that is a big trophy.
Rob has killed it with that trophy. It's so, just for people who haven't seen it, it's that big fire pit, isn't it?
Yeah.
I could fit inside it. I could fit underneath it. That's how big it is. Yeah. So whoever wins that's going to be hard to cart home, but that'll be a showpiece. So that'll be a showpiece.
He was telling me that the guy that made it had to use a forklift to load it into the back of Rob's truck.
It honestly, how much would it weigh? A few hundred kilos, you'd think.
It'd have to.
Yeah, it's like 6 mil steel. It's probably as wide as, probably about that wide. It's massive.
It's like a metre cubed of just 6 mil steel.
Yeah, it's a shame that we didn't get to use it last night when it was cold out in here. It's a big fire pit. Well, there was a few fire pits running around, so yeah, someone's going to struggle to cart that home this weekend.
Yeah. Well, best of luck to whoever it is, and best of luck to you.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Cheers.